Hello and welcome to episode number, 43 of the TEW 2016 challenge run. We are here on the go home show for Monday Night Raw for Extreme Rules. And without any further ado, I sure as hell can't wait for this show, so let's jump straight into it. We start with Nikki Bella in her office, just giving a rundown of what's going to happen on tonight's show. She says that following the tag team triple threat match last week, each of the members of the Universal title match at Extreme Rules will face one another's tag team partners. It will be Seth Rollins against Mojo Rawley. It will be Braun Strowman against Zack Ryder. And it will be EC3 against Babatunde. But that's not all. Following his events last week, Samoa Joe will be given one chance to make the United States Triple Threat match at Extreme Rules a fatal four-way, as he'll do battle with his longtime enemy Mustafa Ali in the main event, and he can pick up the win in that match. It's a triple threat. No, it's a fatal four-way, even, blah blah blah. The first of those Universal title matches happens now. Well, they're not Universal title matches, but you know what I mean. Zack Ryder gets beat by Braun Strowman in 10 minutes. Because he has to get to 60 pop, I think, in 2 months. And he's only gradually going up doing the tag team stuff, so he started mixing up with main eventers and getting Bs, which I think will help him in the long run. Tainara, Conti and Aaliyah are backstage doing their makeup and whatnot when Candice LeRae would walk in and she'd be like, damn, felt good when I beat you up after all you've done, all the malfunction you've done to my husband for the last couple of months. Feels good to finally be here on Raw and finally be able to get my hands on you. And at Extreme Rules on the kickoff show, it's up to you two to decide which one of you is going to get this ass whooping at the hands of Mrs. Wrestling. And Aaliyah, who has been the one who's been slapping Johnny Gargano, says, oh, I'd love to finally put you in your place and prove to the world why it took you so long why you're middle-aged and close to retirement and you only just got here in WWE, whereas me and Tainara, we're young, we're beautiful, so we got here a lot earlier than you. There's a reason for that, and we're going to expose you as a fraud. Both Extreme Rules and also tonight, because we have a tag team match, me and Tainara against you, and you can find whichever tag team partner you want. But good luck, because there's no woman or even man other than your husband who would want to be seen teaming with you. And Candice is like, yeah, there's no woman. I'm not going to pick a woman or a man. And then she's like, why not both? And in walks the Raw Women's Champion, Becky Lynch, who just walks away, walks up to Candice, talking to Candice like, hi Candice, are these the two dopes that are going to get their arms broken later on tonight? And Candice, she looks at Becky, she's like, they sure are. And they walk off smiling as Aaliyah and Conti look bit concerned with Candice's choice of partner. Sonya Deville is in a squash match against Killer Kelly just to get her on the show, and I didn't want to beat any of my other women. This Miss Money in the Bank scoring 62. She's really getting up there in ratings now, because she used to be quite bad in the mods, but I think recently she might have got a stat increase or something, because she's actually doing really well. Adam Cole Baby is in the ring, and he's not too impressed. He's here by himself. No Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fish, and Roderick Strong behind him. He's like, I've got something I need to get off my chest. This whole lumberjack match, Extreme Rules, no, it's not going down. Because I'm going to call out Nikki Bella right now, and I'm going to expose her for her blatant favoritism against your boy Adam Cole Baby. And Nikki Bella, she'd waste no time coming out. She's like, Adam, quite frankly, I'm sick of this. Every week you're coming out here claiming that I've got some vendetta against you. I'm just trying to keep my show to be run as smoothly as possible. So if you cause a stir and you cause to fucking send my show into panic by attacking AJ Styles and putting him out for months, I'm going to want to do something about it and not just let you keep running around causing mayhem. And AJ Styles had people on his side to come and help him fend you guys off. So put them all at ringside to contain the action in the ring. It seems like a logical choice to me. And Adam Cole, he's like, but that's the problem, Nikki. It seems like a logical choice to you, but it's not logical at all. Who made you the general manager of Raw? And Nikki's like, Stephanie. And then Adam Cole's like, well, I love Stephanie, but she's made the wrong decision here. What credentials do you have that have qualified you to be Raw general manager? What? Total Divas star? Is that all you need to be the general manager here on Raw? And then Adam Cole, he sort of stops and he goes, I see. Nikki looks confused. He's like, see, when you were a wrestler, you were pretty much booking the matches as you wanted them to be anyway, because you had that pull. You had that power because you were dating John Cena. And then, they brought up the relationship that's over. And Nikki's, like, sort of getting on edge. Like, don't fucking bring this shit up. And Adam Cole's like, what? Didn't you want me to bring up this dirt? Well, you were with John Cena, so you could pretty much do or say whatever you wanted and have no repercussions. And that gave you all the spotlight you wanted to do Total Divas, to do all this stuff, to be one of the top stars in the women's division for so long. They even let you stealing the spotlight with John Cena for one of those WrestleManias so you could get engaged. And then, when the spotlight was off Nikki, she thought, what can I do to bring the spotlight back to me? And you broke up with John Cena. And you've now realised that you don't have that spotlight or that power anymore because you're Princess Nikki Bella. You need to be in the spotlight at all times and have that power to make yourself feel big and strong by being able to bully people. So you became the Raw General Manager and decided to pick on me. And Nikki, she's silent. She's like trying to hold back tears because Adam Cole is like belittling her entire career. When AJ Styles would come out and just take the fight to Adam Cole because he's being an absolute prick. So Adam Cole going low, bringing up old dirt on Nikki Bella to try and expose her and get her out of the role as Raw General Manager. Second of those Universal Championship Challenger matches is EC3 defeating Babatunde with the Sweet Meat Sizzler. Another B. These guys are... Mojo, Babatunde and Zack Ryder are in a good spot right now because they're against main eventers who can get Bs out of pretty much anyone. I was going to say, except for Braun Strowman, he probably can't, but he did. So, well... The Revival cut a promo where they say that the Usos, they've been running their mouth for too long, and yes, they know they come here and do their same old shtick and go, we've been here for a decade, but it's about quality and not quantity, Usos. That's what you don't get. Me and Dash, we were having 5-star matches in NXT before anybody really knew who the Usos were. When the Usos were still shucking and jiving with Daddy Rikishi, the Revival were in the developmental system, making a mockery of everything the Usos were. They were just nice little tag team hands, while makeshift teams like Team Hell No and the like, and Kofi Kingston and R-Truth, if the Usos were so good for a decade, why were makeshift tag teams like that winning the gold? But now the Revival is here, and they are tag team wrestling. They are here to revive true tag teams. No more thrown together singles competitors. The Revival are here to take back what is theirs and prove they have always been better than the Usos. Extreme Rules. But then have a match with the Street Profits that gets a B-, which is better than I thought it would do. Street Profits, I think this is their first loss on the main roster, but they're not a gimmick where, they need to be undefeated. So, yeah, they can take an L. Then after the match, the Usos would come out and take the fight to the Revival. And the Revival would jump them as they get into the ring. And end up putting the both Usos through tables. So there's your stipulation for Extreme Rules. It's going to be the Revival challenging the Usos for the Raw Tag Team Championships in an elimination tables tag team match. Which I know seems like a weird stipulation, because it's two wrestling tag teams. They could probably have a great actual wrestling match, but I imagine they'd have one before the tables even got involved, to be honest. And it seems like a nice, fitting Extreme Rules stipulation. Shinsuke's been getting bees out of all his opponents. Titus O'Neil, I guess, is just that much of a lump of wood that he can't get a bee out of him. He's the best match Titus O'Neil can ever get. He is declining rapidly. And then, after the match, Shinsuke would hit Titus with a second Kinshasa, and then a third Kinshasa, and then Bray Wyatt, he'd shout for Bray Wyatt, and he'd go, look at the state of this man, this will be you, Extreme Rules, and I challenge you, last man standing. And then he'd throw the mic down and count to 10, with Titus staying on the ground. And when he gets to 10, he'd cockily strut up the ramp like, yeah, I know how to keep someone down for a 10 count, I'm the best. Tyler Breeze out here for Aaliyah and Tana Connie's match. And he's just using this as a time to put himself over before the United States title match. And he's like, whether or not Samoa Joe can win tonight, it doesn't matter. Because, as you can see, I'm clearly now the favourite at Extreme Rules, regardless of how many people you throw in my way. Because Samoa Joe and Mustafa Ali, they're going to go to war because they can't stand each other. And they're going to beat the living crap out of each other. So, neither one of them is going to be 100% at Extreme Rules. Johnny Gargano, who cares if he's 100% at Extreme Rules? I beat him to get into the match, and I'll beat him again to win the match and become the United States Champion. And my girls Aaliyah and Conti, once they get the win here tonight, and win at Extreme Rules, they'll technically hold a win over the Raw Women's Champion, so they'll be next in line, and one of them will be your next Raw Women's Champion. They're then interrupted, not by Kanellis or by Becky Lynch, but by Fandango, who's, hey Breezy, and Dango's like, Breezy's like, hey Dango, welcome back, I guess, my good friend. Fandango's like, Breezy, it's time to get the band back together, I'm back now, Breezango. And Tyler's like, a lot has changed since you've been away, you're still my friend, but I'm not interested in that tag team anymore because I'm moving up in the world. I'm now Tyler Breeze, Prince Pretty, the singles competitor. And Fandango's like, I understand, Breezy. And then he turned his attention to Aaliyah and Connie. He's like, wow, nice welcome back gift you're giving me here, Breezy. So which one of these two lovely ladies is going to come back with me? And they both look disgusted. And Tyler's like, what? Well, none of them. They're mine. He's like, come on, Breezy. You don't need two of them. Give one to me and we can go on like double dates and all that. And Breezy's like, no, they're not for dating. They're just there to be in my selfies and look good. Anyway, I wanted to speak to Johnny Gargano. I called out Johnny. What are you doing here? And Fandango's like, well, you wanted Johnny. My name is Johnny, Breezy. And Tyler looks at him confused. He's like, Fandango's like, yeah, my name's Johnny, don't you remember? What, did you think Fandango was my real name? And Breeze is like, okay, I don't have time for this. Liam and Connie are wrestling up next, so me and you are going to have to go and discuss all of this and what you've missed in the back. Okay, Breezy, good luck to these gorgeous girls, and let's go discuss it all, Breezy. So, Fandango back and being very creepy towards Aaliyah and Tainara Conti. But the match, as you'd expect, Becky Lynch defeats Tainara with this disarmer and scores the win for herself and Candice LeRae. Because maybe Fandango's gotten into the head inadvertently of the boutique. Another random squash match, because I didn't want to beat anyone else on my main roster, because I think he's already beaten Rhino. And Rhino's like the only babyface singles guy I've got that I want losing. So he beat Shane Thorne. After the match, though, Cedric Alexander comes out and he's like, "See, Dolph, congratulations! Another great win for Dolph Ziggler." And so Dolph looks like, "Oh, cut the crap, what do you want?" And Cedric's like, no, I'm being serious. You see, I've been thinking about what you've been saying these last couple of weeks, and I've got to say, I appreciate it, man. You keep saying, you came out here, you call me the new Dolph Ziggler. Because you've been around for so long. I used to watch you when I was first breaking into the business, and you were great. I was like, I looked at you, I was like, I want to be like that guy. I want to be the smaller guy in WWE, making waves and making his way to the top. Because you see, whether or not you see it, calling somebody the new Dolph Ziggler, that's actually a compliment. I actually take that as a compliment and thank you for it. Because you're Dolph Ziggler, you're a former 2-time World Heavyweight Champion. You're I think, 5 or 6 time IC Champion, a Tag Team Champion, a United States Champion. You've done it all, really, Dolph. You're a first ballot Hall of Famer. You get to do all this media and promotion. You get to even take time off of your own will and go and do comedy gigs, which I think is great. That's a really good role that you've got here. You see, the thing is, it is a great role, and being called the new Dolph Ziggler would be a compliment to anybody, except one. There's only one person who sees it as an insult, and that is you, because you've always had this ego where you think you should be the top guy, you should be 10-time world champion, you should be main eventing every single WrestleMania till the end of time. So, I'm less the new Dolph Ziggler, because that's not really an insult. I'm more Dolph Ziggler without the ego. And Extreme Rules, Dolph Ziggler without an ego is going to take old Dolph Ziggler and prove why being new Dolph Ziggler not really such a bad thing after all. I mean, he's got a couple of good points, Cedric. Dolph Ziggler he is a first ballot Hall of Famer. And he is somebody that, like, even in real life, he got brought back for the WWE title stuff. Somebody in that sort of role where you can just plug in. That's not a bad role, because I think real Dolph always thought he was going to be the best. He gets frustrated in that role. But in reality, Cedric's right, it is actually sort of a fantastic role to be in. I think he's won a championship like every single year since like 2011, except for currently 2019. So yeah, not exactly a bad role. Another B, Rollins beats Mojo Rawley with the curb stomp. So all of the championship contenders and champion looking strong ahead of the triple threat match at Extreme Rules. We then get Bray Wyatt cutting a promo, accepting Shinsuke Nakamura's challenge. He's got Sarah Logan and Bo Dallas behind him, saying that him and his cleansed souls will be Extreme Rules to right the injustice of Shinsuke Nakamura attacking anybody that he sees weaker than him when they both look off camera and see Wolf grabbing his head because he's hearing voices and screaming. And then Bray would go up to him and put his hand on his head and be like, calm, Wolf, it'll all be okay. And then Wolf's like, I can't calm down, she's in my head. And Bray says, relax, give it time. She was in my head for so long too. But it's fine. I know Abigail. She'll be gone from your head soon. And then Wolf would look at Bray all confused and be like, who's Abigail? And Bray would be, oh, shit. Because the voices in Wolf's head, they aren't Abigail's. They belong to someone else. A-B and another B. To be fair, there's been a lot of B matches on this show, and in hindsight, a B is a good match. So, I can't really complain. It'll probably still be a good show. But yep, Joe makes it into the Fatal 4-Way because he defeats Mustafa Ali in the main event of Raw, and will advance on to Extreme Rules to face Tyler Breeze, Johnny Gargano, and Mustafa Ali in a show that gets a 84 B+, increased popularity in 33 regions, and that is the end of Raw's build to their second single branded pay-per-view, third pay-per-view overall since WrestleMania. And we'll see what SmackDown Live can conjure up on their road to Battleground. And then after that, it will be the 2 shows. See you then.